Wow, I love the new intro.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a new but old. Old is new. New is old. Either way, it's back. It's new. It's amazing. I love it. And so do you, right? It's
Likewise.
it's
Yeah. Very cool.
How are you, Mr. Hans?
Woo woo Wednesday. Great. Thanks for having me back on for woo woo choo choo Wednesdays. Anyway.
On Thursday, because of course we go late because just works out that way most days, sadly. But hey, we're here and we're back with, I guess, a part 2 to continue on with your excellent expedition down to Peru several years ago.
It was such an amazing episode last week. I've never really talked about Peru, so yeah. Where should we begin?
Well, that, good sir, is up to you. And did you want me to bring your web page up? And for those that haven't,
I'm going to try and share screen here. Yeah. Share. Aha. So.
Boom. There we are.
Here we are back in the Lima Larco Gold Museum. I know we ended kind of at the beginning of Cusco, but just to bring
a good place to come back. Absolutely. Yeah. So Peru, you took this picture in Peru so
this is in the back of the Lima Larco Gold Museum. There's 3 headdresses here, and in Peru or in Egypt, you also see 3 different styles of headdresses with these 2 protracting or extending fingers, right? So you have the fingers of duality with the crown. The fingers of duality with the crown. This is very Egyptian. And as we discussed, this piece actually wrapped around the back, not the front. And so these would have sat in the front, right? These circular pieces.
Or plate, yeah.
Well, they were gold. This is all gold.
And then a golden.
This vest that we see here would have actually extended around the back and come across the front, as we discussed in a different photo from last week. But just wanted to start here because this is kind of where it all starts to unravel. It's like, why do we have Egyptian artifacts, Chimu burial artifacts in ancient Egypt or in ancient Peru? Well, because we have the voyages of Admiral Maui, who the Polynesians know as Maui, and his captain Rata. Around 232 BC, they traveled this incredible route around Australia to the north shore of New Zealand, all the way across to Santiago, up to Peru, back to Easter Island, up to Hawaii, around Tonga and the Polynesian Islands, and possibly even up to Alaska and down the west coast of the United States. Why? Because we have Polynesian artifacts that end up in these areas and are adapted by the cultures of these areas. They're so similar. So that it beggars the question, how far did Maui's voyages extend? We really don't know, but we do know that he did travel these routes in this time frame.
And so many things are named after him throughout the areas. And
oh God, for sure, yes. So we talked about the Gosford glyphs. These are some of the markings that are found on the walls of the Gosford glyphs. These are not artisan level hieroglyphs, but a commoner's hieroglyphs, which would make sense.
Would make sense if you were in Australia and not in Egypt and were sailing around, right? So
bingo. On the right, we have Sumerian cuneiform in a bowl that's about a meter wide. It was dug up about 100 miles or 100 kilometers north of Lake Titicaca on a farm. The guy who dug it up basically was using it to feed his pigs with until somebody came across the property looking for, artifacts and whatnot. And he's like, oh, I found this in my yard. And inside of it, there are two versions of the same script. One is a commoner's cuneiform. The other is like more of a proper, upper school cuneiform. Yeah.
That's amazing.
So this is what it deciphers here.
And I believe that there's a couple of mounds or buried pyramids or something very close by to this farmer's property. That
yeah. So this is all Bolivia, and it's like, wow, okay. So we have Phoenician or Sumerian sailors coming across the Atlantic, going probably up the Amazon. I mean, they talk about this in a lot of the routes here. But what's going on there? Why do we have Sumerian / Phoenician here, cuneiform, not hieroglyphs, but cuneiform writing in a bowl found near Lake Titicaca in the middle of kind of nowhere? I mean, Lake Titicaca is, now it's a tourist attraction in the middle of Bolivia, but it literally is in the middle of nowhere. So,
So it's like it must have been all over, essentially.
Oh, for sure. And we've traveled the world forever. So here you have Tutankhamun's boomerangs. So this is 1,000+ years before Maui and his expeditions. And actually 1,000 years before this, there was a voyage to Egypt, or from Egypt to Australia, by two brothers and their entourage of ships, and they were doing trade. And this is where the Gosford glyphs comes from. Basically, they sailed down around Thailand into around Sydney, and when they left, they got caught in a storm, and they had to hobble their way back to Sydney. One of the brothers died. The other brother wrote his homage, in the Gosford glyphs, and so that's where that comes from. But here we have 1,000 years later, or 800 some odd years later, boomerangs from Australia in the Tutankhamun exhibit. And so there's hundreds of these. These are not Egyptian. These are
clearly cultural exchange.
Oh, big time.
Thank you, Chris, so much for the super chat donation. It is appreciated.
We talked about Maui in the last episode and the characters of the Mayan calendar, and also these interesting characters of Inca glyphs. So let's get into some more of this. We did Lima Museum. Yep. Cusco, we did not do much of. So this is Cusco. You fly into it. It's at like 1,200 feet or 12,000 feet. Sorry.
So right at the top of the mountain.
Oh, it's rarefied. And so you go up to Sacsayhuaman. It's at like 13,500 feet, something like this. It's crazy altitudes. I grew up in Nepal, but not ever living in these kind of altitudes. I could only imagine. So here I am with Patricia Iwan, Yusuf Iwan, and Stephen Mailer.
Amazing.
We're at the Inca Roca wall, one of them that's in Cusco. Here's us with our shaman Wilco. This is what he laid out on the floor. Interesting character. Wilco's one of the most amazing people you want to go on a tour with, so definitely go to Peru. Go on one of Brian's tours, and maybe you'll hook up with Wilco. So here we are at the Inca Roca wall. These things are massive. They're huge. And at the, I want to say the west end of the wall, they're kind of broken apart because of earthquake. So here you see how not only are they scooped together, but they're scooped together.
Formed in,
Yeah.
indented in to fit the ones that were above. And
Yeah.
what looks like maybe iron oxide or something coming out
That's
between
that's
there.
the filler, whatever they were filling the back wall with.
Huh.
This has been rebuilt so many times. But
Oh,
here,
okay. So that's more modern.
yeah. Here you see the evidence of what it was and how they all fit together, and not only symmetrically in the front, but this weird scooping in the back. So here's my analysis of that. So here's the 13-sided wall, the most famous wall in Cusco. Sadly, somebody defaced this recently. I haven't actually looked at what happened.
Horrible.
Yeah, but
So what do you make of the notches?
that's interesting because you go to a place like Ollantaytambo and the notches are still there in the wall.
Interesting, right? And then
So what are the notches used for? Leverage of some sort, perhaps. But
and like the outer casing, I believe in Egypt on some of the pyramids has the same notches, right? And then there's in Japan, they're all over, I do believe.
sorry about that.
No worries. No worries.
I was like, what is this looking like on your end of the world? Hold on a second.
Figuring it out. We will get there.
There we go. All right.
And we are back.
So yeah, Inca Roca wall. Interesting. They repaired it with shoddy brickwork underneath. So at some point this was repaired. But then
Ooh, a circle and a knob.
Right. So
fascinating.
Yeah. So this is all in Cusco. You have just these interesting facets that come together. How do they plan this? I mean, and when we get into Sexy Woman, I'll explain a little bit of that. So, yep, we're back to that. So here we're at Sexy Woman. These pieces are massive.
Just an insane scale. Like it's people look like ants.
Yeah. This piece here is 80 tons right here.
Like how? And this is like on top of a mountain or mountain plains, right?
So you go up through different areas and you have these. Obviously something else was built above this, but it's no longer there. But it's perfect, you know? It's like, how are they fitting all this stuff together in these? Here's what they call the priest, because he's got his hand out. There's a head up here. I didn't include it in this photo, sorry. Just to show you, scale. Here I am. That's a semi truck right there.
Right? Like it's just hard to fathom the actual scale.
So these are what they call the slides. People slide down these. This is all, I want to say, a volcanic rock at some point, but just don't know. But then you have these upside down boulders that have all these weird cuts on the underside of them.
So bizarre, right? And it looks like some burning or vitrification or exposure to
or
heat.
Or a direct blade going across it.
Well, that as well, right? But I was just saying some parts there it was looking like covered charcoal or black or something. Especially on the last one.
Give me power. Thank you.
See, in that top part, is that like burnt or no?
So this is on a boulder that's
upside.
This boulder is upside down. So originally it was the other direction. So based on earthquake or whatever, it tumbled. But you have all these weird,
straight cut marks for sure.
Oh, it's crazy. And then you have obvious blade marks, and you're like, what is doing
right? Like undeniable evidence of precision tools. And
so then you start looking at stuff like this, and you're like, this is all precision cuts. I think this is the piece that Yusuf and I stood in front of for probably 20-25 minutes back and forthing. We almost missed the bus. And he's like, there's no way that they cut this and form this. They put it down on the ground like a puzzle, and then they lifted it.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And I said, wow, because they would have to have cut it flat at some point and then just lifted it all up.
It's wild engineering, and
it's geopolymer comes into the effect where these all bags of cement, whatever, together. Well, you can't fit a credit card between them, so if they were bags and the bags ate away, the material in the bags is not expanding. So
yeah, and you think you'd see
you'd still have a space between them, which you just don't. For instance, I mean, really? But you can see the different levels of construction. So you have the huge megalithic, and then you have this
a second almost megalithic.
Yeah, but it's not the same people that were building this.
Clearly. I'm just saying it's also probably more advanced than like the Incas were, and it's not like
for sure. This is the Anapancha, the Canabacha. This is what I was talking about the last episode. Yeah. Anyway, so we're going back around. So here we are at Ollantaytambo, my favorite site. This is the Temple of the Sun. Okay, so
that wall is so insane.
We're at about 2,000 feet above the river beneath us, the Urubamba, and 5,000 feet above us, maybe less, across the river. That's 2,000 feet beneath us. Is where the quarry is, where all this stonework comes from. How are they moving this down the mountain without it rolling out of control if they're using rollers? Because, I mean, this piece with the red dot in it weighs 80 tons. So just kind of give...
Like, what's the maximum, like, trucks can carry today?
100 tons is 200,000 pounds.
Right? Like,
this is 80 tons right here, this block here.
Like, it's not going to be moved on rollers down and up a mountain. There's just no way.
Well, how are they moving it across a river? That's the other question. And then up the next mountain. So, but here they are, right? I mean, plain as day.
Right, it's like it's not just one. There's 8 of them there at least.
So here's the upper walls where we were just standing, and the quarry is up here. Unfortunately, this picture doesn't show. Yeah, so they got to move all this tonnage down to the river, which is down here, and then all the way back up here. You're like, oh my god, are you kidding me?
Like,
yeah. These are the pieces that come from across the river.
That's mind-blowing.
But interesting that they put these stints in between them. It's almost like it's a relieving chamber or something like this.
Yeah, like very perplexing. Hard to make sense of from our understanding.
Here we have the old sun symbology, but it's missing. It's all been eaten away. And you have massive pieces sticking out versus smaller pieces, right? These plugs, whatever you want to call them. This one is huge. So is this the oldest piece at the site because they didn't know how to lift them correctly? So they had this massive, who knows? We will never know. But the evidence is in the rocks. Oh, you think there's ancient technology? Well, there was something. We don't know what it is because we don't have it anymore, but it's right here in the rocks.
It's more than copper chisels, that's for sure.
Right here in the rocks. So these are 2-3 foot lichen patches. If you do research into lichen, that would take several thousands of years to create a patch that large. Just saying.
Right, so definitely not Inca.
At this altitude, yeah. And I talk about this in my book. It's like, okay, this is the ratio of lichen at altitude growth. So 6 inches is something like this, or something like this, right? That's a couple hundred years. But when you get something like this, you're looking at thousands of years of lichen growth. That's grown and died and grown and died and grown and died because you're at severe altitude. But that's massive. Anyway, so here I am on the backside. Where is this? So I'm over here to the right.
The site is just so massive. Like those terraces are.
So all this is cut out of the bedrock above where you're allowed to go. They have it all gated off. I broke the gates and I went up to these areas. And there's actually a bed-sized table sitting here that came out of this wall. But you have all these cuts everywhere. Oh, here's the table I'm talking about right here. This came out of this section of this wall. So here I am up there standing above this crazy table. It's like the size of a queen size bed, right?
So like clearly they're one of their quarries.
So this came out of a piece above it, and measuring, there's like a centimeter on each side of where this came out of. Okay. My question is, how did they break out the back wall? Because if you see it here,
right, like
this is where this piece came out of. All right. How did they cut into the back wall and pull it out?
Like we couldn't do that today. Like I'm perplexed trying to make sense of it.
Yeah, or maybe it came out of this
crazy.
I assumed it came out of above it, but it couldn't.
But how? Right, like there's the lip there above it, so it's like you couldn't have cut from above. It would have had to been sideways. Like it does not compute.
Correct. That's why I jumped over the rope and the guard was whistling at me the whole time.
Attaboy.
This is the other thing that blew me away was this alcove. Actually, it's at the beginning of this site where I was around the corner. But what's this?
Right? Like,
so they've removed something here, but they've done it with this crazy pattern. So are they heating the rock and making a cut? I can't even fathom what this is.
Like it's again just does not compute. And look at the thickness of that lichen circle there. Looks like a
bingo. Yeah, no, you're on the same pattern I am. This is older than we're being told it is, but apparently somewhere in our past we had the ability to do this. Yeah, we've lost the technology. Man, you bury your car in the earth for 100 years, what's going to be left of it? some of the
Very
plastic,
little.
maybe the
Yeah.
rubber, but most of the metals are going to be gone. So the technology that was used to create this obviously is gone, but the evidence is in the rock.
In the rock.
Like
Evidence is rock
this
solid.
is right around the corner from that last piece.
That's like
Right? What? What?
it's just so mind blowing. Like they cut those pieces and then put them in together. Like it's just so strange and bizarre, and like the amount of work is just mind blowing.
And why? Right.
Right? Like the function. Why?
Look at it. It fits into the rock. So this is the watchers of the site. Who knows? Were there artifacts in each of these alcoves? Who knows? We're told there were gold and silver figurines, but we've never seen them in any of the museums. So yeah, who knows, right? Anyway, so that was Ollantaytambo. This is by far the most fascinating site in Peru I've ever been to.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to go someday, one day.
Except Napa Iglesia. So here you have this cave in the middle of nowhere between Ollantaytambo and Machu Picchu. Machu Picchu. Sorry, I got to pronounce it correctly because if you say it wrong, it means something completely different. But at the top of this cave, built into this back wall, is this perfectly carved sections of an alcove.
It's like, what's the possible function?
Oh, well, how are they cutting this out of the rock at this altitude? I mean, you're in the middle. You're in the middle of nowhere, dude.
With all those 90-degree cuts too and overhangs, like it's just
it doesn't
mind blowing.
I thought it would give me the whole picture because I programmed it. Anyway, sorry, folks, you're missing the rest of this, but it's huge. And all the angles, they're not perfectly 90 degrees, but they're pretty darn close. So it's 5-10 meters by 1.7 meters. And you can sit in this alcove. But sitting here in the front of it, I wonder if I actually have a picture of it. Oh, here's another picture of this.
It's just stunning.
So sitting in front of it is this.
Oh, and this is the one the damn Jesuit priests blew up, apparently, right? It's like the top.
So you can see where they put the dynamite and blew the top off. They thought there's like treasures inside of this. So you have this on the left wall, if you're looking out from this structure, this in the center, and then this ancient Inca stuff on the right. So you have three different cultures here. One building out of the bedrock, quite literally in square fashion, one sculpting out of the bedrock, and then one rebuilding the structure. So
with rubble,
correct. But when you sit here and you look up, if there's water pouring, it will pour in your head. It's an interesting thing. But again, to literally the left of it is this random, what is this? I mean, this structure and this structure are millennia apart. It's just like, what? What? Right? And then the Inca work on the far right.
I wish we could have seen what that was before it got blown up and destroyed.
Well, the top of this sits behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're not going to find anything inside of it. It's solid stone. So here's Brian Forrester. You literally sit under this thing, and there's a vantage point up above. Above all this is another cave system that goes up. So here I am in that cave system. So that's
wild.
That's Napa Iglesia or Napa Waka, depending on how they describe it. You can see all the orbs surrounding
Right? Yeah,
them. They're coming out of the cave.
absolutely.
There's no dust up in this. Well, there
That's
is.
pretty crazy,
Yeah.
actually. Straight two orbs. You got orbed.
So Machu Picchu, man, they want to shut this site down, kind of like they do the pyramids of Giza.
What?
They just want it to be a virtual tour. There's too many tourists that come here, is what they claim. So this is when I was there. It would have been September 2014. So very after monsoon, foggy like Nepal. Everybody on the tour was like, "Oh, we're done with this within 15 minutes," and so they all went back to the bus stop to drink their cusqueños and their pisco sours.
And you're like, yes, I got it for myself.
And I'm like, I paid a couple $100 to be here. I'm gonna travel this entire site, so I did. So this is underneath Huayna Picchu here. So if you go down into this area, there's
Really?
this cave. It's the cave of the wizards. That's
I
underneath.
wonder how deep those caves go.
Yeah, so that's underneath that section. This is up top. You can see the different styles of construction from the wall on the left to this rubble pile on the right. The wall on the left perfectly fits. This all has mortar and whatnot between it.
Cobblestone.
You can see where earthquake has shifted all this.
Yep.
And our little furry friends up in the corner. But it's very evident that, you know, the earthquakes and the ground has shifted here big time. So I actually wandered out to the old Inca Trail. Like I said, I was the only one on the site. It was raining. You had 1,000 to 2,000 foot drop off on the right.
Brave man.
The entire time I walked past the guard check post. Thank God they followed me. That's all I can say. Because you get down to the bridge, and you got to remember
that's a bridge. That's some pretty rickety sticks.
The Incas were running this all the way up the mountain, all the way up, running this, and there are sections of this that are just pieces of plank wood nailed into a wall. And they would run this with their quipu, their knotted ropes that told about harvest and seasons and city ships, like financial stuff. But they would run this, man. Look at the drop off. That's a meter wide at best. Okay. At best.
I would be probably like clinging to the cliffside as I scuttled along, maybe.
So some stupid Frenchman jumped over the barricade and tried to cross this, and he fell to his death, and so that's why they don't. This is the hitching post of the sun, or actually it's next to it. But here you have, you know, just random cuts in a piece of rock that doesn't come from here. This is the 3 windows. This is only one of them, but there's 3 of these that look out at a specific time and date. But again, you can see the megalithic structure, and then on top of it, this kind of crude rebuild. Yeah. That was my crew. Love them all. Brilliant. This is
amazing.
20 minutes before it rained. And they all went back to get their cusqueños and pisco sours.
So you could get that epic picture.
Correct. So this is Waikiki. Waikiki is considered 5 to 6 years old, I think.
So a very young child.
Oldest is 8 because of the teeth, and I think that's why they've kind of figured this out. But here you have an elongated child with still the fontanella open, right? Which is interesting.
What?
Yeah.
That's so
Unless
weird.
there's a piece that was fused there that's missing, which beggars the question: how old is this child? This is called Waikiki. It's outside of Cusco as you go into the Sacred Valley. You're kind of near the Red Gate, they call it, or the Golden Gate, which is what separated the rest of like Chile from Peru in the old days. And it's at the top of it is a water aquifer. So, like the Roman times, you had these water troughs that would go across the valley, and that's what this gate was. But this is in the village right next to that.
But so yeah, they had the literal like Roman style aquifer things throughout that area, right?
Oh, yeah, very similar, very much so.
It's like, did the Romans actually build those, or was it a different pre-civilization potentially?
Well, even Waikiki is like too many questions, right? Yeah, for sure. So you go to Paracas, where Brian Forster lives, and you have this amazing museum. Inside of it, you have some of the most. Oh God, these pictures. Sorry,
I need to be there sometime. Look at the red hair, hey?
This is our human skull, and this shows you the different styles that are there. And so, if you blow up a balloon, the balloon is the same size whether you squeeze it down into something elongated or not. And when they did rice studies on these, they would pour rice into the brain cavity. Most of these have a brain capacity much larger than ours. So this is obviously an offshoot of us. It's now been nicknamed Homo sapien paracus or Homo paracus, one of the two. Their haplogroup comes from around Azerbaijan and Mount Ararat of Iran. So very fascinating because this is where the Maori of New Zealand come from, a lot of them. This is where the Yemenis come from. This is where the Basque people come from. And this is where these Nazca Peruvian people come from. So,
no genetic evidence at all of cross-sea travel, right?
Oh!
And that's, I believe, the Star Child skull from
Right, Lloyd Pye. But here's what's interesting: is this is also in Peru. There's more than one of them.
Really? I did not know that.
Actually, Brian Forster hooked me up with Lloyd Pye. I had really amazing conversations with Lloyd before he passed. And
I'm jealous of that. That's epic and awesome. May his soul rest in peace. He was an amazing, amazing researcher.
This is a child skull.
Oh.
So the grave robbers know that they can make more money selling artifacts to the museums than they can to the tourist market.
That's a good thing.
And they get in trouble if they sell it to the tourist market. So they would rather sell to the museums. So there are, 2,000 of these skulls sitting in the background.
What? Yeah. That many?
Yeah. There's a lot. I mean,
that's wild.
Yeah. And a lot of them have this auburn hair, which is really fascinating. Because when they did DNA studies of this, Brian sent it to 3-4 universities, didn't tell them where the sample was from. Because once you tell them where the sample is from, they don't want to work on it. Yep. And like, oh, this is haplogroup B, I think it is, which comes out of Azerbaijan, Iran, that whole area. And it's interesting how many other cultures come out of that area. But here we have elongated skulls. So what is that coming at? And most of the people coming out of this area have this auburn or dark red hair. So that's also another trait of these people. So who are these people? just begging the question. That's all I can say.
Really?
Oh, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of it.
Well, that was epic and awesome. And thank you for sharing. Hopefully by 2026 we can make it down there together, and
I would love to go back to Peru. You have no idea, man. Wow.
I believe it. And go hang with Brian Forrester and check out the elongated skulls. Man.
Nazca lines. I mean, there's so much there that's mind blowing. I didn't get to see a lot of it, but I was very beneficial from what I could see. So I've shown you kind of the highlights of my tour in the last 2 episodes. But wow, Ollantaytambo and Napa Iglesia, Napa Waka, those 2 spots blew my mind. It's like we're in the middle of nowhere, and you're telling me that the quarry for most of the massive stonage here comes from across the way up the mountain. And then second to that, a lot of the other stonework there comes from like 400 or 500 kilometers away as well. It's the same stone that you find in Sacsayhuaman. And so these all end up at Ollantaytambo as well, but that stone is not from there. It's from 500 miles away. It
makes no sense.
Sacsayhuaman or across the valley from there. Yeah. So they're obviously they have the ability to create such amazing megalithic structures, but they also have the ability to move the stones there. We're told, oh, we just don't have evidence of this technology, but we do. It's in the stone itself.
It's the like, cut marks. It's it's the actual stone. It's the knobs. It's everything there. Oh, got a question by Adman the Lab Rat. Hans, what's the average length and cost of a trip to Peru? Hans?
Hans. Hold on.
Pull her up and...
Yeah, I would... It depends on what airlines you want to go on. I went in 2014. Obviously, it was a lot cheaper than it is today, or it might be cheaper today than it was then. I don't really know. I haven't looked into it. Sorry.
We will put together a package. No idea how much it's going to be yet.
I would say your flight down there, $400 to $600, maybe less. And then whatever tour you go on, if you're going on one of Brian's tours, it's a couple $1,000, but it's worth it.
I believe it.
Brian is very knowledgeable about the area. He's been there for years. I've known him for years. Just not chilling for him, but it's like, yeah, go on one of Brian's tours. You'll be amazed.
Right. And just the work he's done there. And it's much respect for that gentleman. Much respect for what he has done and continues to do. And it's like, why wouldn't you go on a tour with him?
Oh, you need to. Everybody needs to. I've been on 3 tours with him. I went to Egypt with him twice as well with the Kemet school, and mind blowing. Yeah.
So jelly, but
don't be.
Just have to do her.
Just have to do her, exactly. What's new with you, Bernie? Any new?
Well,
amazing advancements in your proto-science.
Yes, but we'll get into that maybe on the next one. I'm gonna continue with some of what some artifacts of South America here. As it's loads. Come on. Boom. Is this? Oh, here we go. I'm not sure where that's from, but somewhere in Mesoamerica. We got an
Looks
Olmec head.
Peruvian. Olmec, yeah. That looks
Olmec heads. Oh, that's just drawn. Here we have an indigenous white fox.
Again, look at the symbology on the draped tarp. You can barely see it, but there is.
Oh, right. So it's like, is this breathing apparatus? I don't know. Shrunken heads.
So is that? There's a question if that's rape, right? So they'll rebreathe snuff of sorts, rape, or yeah.
It's very interesting stuff. And I guess this is like the language, but I guess this is a remake, right? So
was it? Hold on, go back.
Or is that? It's because I think it's wood.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's a modern,
yeah,
modern remake, correct? Oh, go back to. Hold on. Wow, what
the dragon?
No, but what's going on in the upper section? It's like temples,
right? I'm not sure where that one's from. Not sure where much of these are, except that they are from South America, where I saved these. But it's like an almost Asiatic. I don't know.
Interesting, especially with the bottom dress. Yeah,
gold one. I think this is out of Ecuador.
Wow.
I think this one was from an Ecuadorian collection. Oh, this is part of the rubble of the Chaos Cocoa Caves or whatever, where the Crespi collection supposedly came from.
So that's Ecuador, yeah. Okay, interesting.
Ecuador, yeah.
So that actually is from a movie set.
Okay, that's fake. All right, good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
No, that they did a movie set on Easter Island and it sunk to the bottom, and that's part of the movie set. So yeah, that's not real.
Interesting symbolic.
Interesting headdress. Whoa, what?
Right?
What is going on there?
Indeed.
Ding, 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 ding.
Like, look at this. Right? Just in the middle of the jungle dugout.
The human under the serpent. Yeah, interesting. Again, he's holding his nipples or something, twisting knobs on his chest.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, above him is the serpent. So below him, he's
right there.
Yep.
Oh,
right there. Yeah. And above, even above that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there's two.
So he's holding his nipples or something in his center of his chest. And then there's fertility beneath him. So the goddess representation of fertility. Yeah. Interesting. Wow, look at the guy standing next to it. He's like, I'm dwarfed.
Right?
I'm not even as tall as the highest cliff. Yeah. What the?
Oh, the birds. Birdman.
This is from Turkey. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me know. I would have thought not. But here we got one of, I guess, pretty much the whole Amazon now is they're finding is like covered with these, as well as Central America and Mexico. Like it's just all pyramids, pretty much. They're finding.
Well, there was that kid that did some NASA research with GIS programming, and I can't think of the other software he used. And he just started discovering all these plots in the jungle that could be pyramids, and now they're oh, for the first time, we've just discovered this. And it's like, no, this kid like 20 years ago discovered all this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I remember that way
He's
back.
using satellite archaeogeology or something like this.
Yeah. So here's one of these more ancient of these jugs, and when you put the water in it, it makes the sound when you move
That
it
looks
of the
that looks
animal.
like a lot like the four-armed jug that I have of the weird alien creature giving surgery, which you find in Andor as an actual live action piece.
Right?
Oh, one of the sex pieces. Whoa,
Oh,
interesting.
never mind. So that's
Go
very
go go
clearly.
go back to. That is fascinating. Wow.
Yeah, I guess all of these, like, they make
Like
some
the most impossible yoga pose ever, but there it is.
right, and in South America.
That's all from Peru.
Yeah. I believe
Just
so.
don't know. Wow.
Not don't know.
But the fangs on it scream Asia, even
Yeah, I
though
was gonna say it looks
even though
pretty.
it's from South America. And so does the Kali tongue. Yeah. Interesting.
I guess this is another picture from within the Chaos Coco cave system. Then we have another one of these guys.
Peru again. Yep.
Jugs.
These are all from Peru. Yep, Peru. Yep.
Oh, here we got one of the Crespi gold plates. Very fascinating.
So Crespi was a monk,
Jesuit priest.
he was a desert priest, and the villagers came to him and said, "We've found all these artifacts, so we want you to look at them." Something like this. Correct?
Yeah, they kept the locals would all bring him the different artifacts, and he'd like trade them food and money and stuff for some, and then it's like they'd make some new ones, but then they were telling him that all these gold tablets came from the cave system. So there's Crespi and one of the big gold tablets.
So some of them were faked and some of them were real.
Exactly. And
Okay.
usually the ones that covered in gold were the real ones, obviously, because he was giving them pennies for any of them. So why would you give giant gold sheets if you had to make it and mine it yourself? You
No,
wouldn't.
correct. No, I get that. Yep. Oh, that's fascinating. Wow.
And this looks like Mayan or Olmec glyphs or something, or Aztec.
I have a photocopy of the Popol Vuh from my tour when I was in Mexico. The guide had a copy of it. So I photoed. I don't know what order it goes in, unfortunately, but I photoed the whole thing. So at some point, I'll share that.
Please do. And this is interesting because it's showing like advanced stucco work sort of thing and less advanced but
Oh,
covered,
it's eaten away. Yeah, interesting.
right?
So they ate away his head and her reproduction. Interesting.
Oh, here we got some of the Inca stones. Ones that have all them dinosaur people.
Yeah, those have all been proved to be fake.
All right, then.
The Ica stones, the woman that made them is still alive.
I would like to hear her story.
Which is why I'm questioning a lot of these finds recently.
Fair, yeah. Fair.
This stuff
Another
is ancient,
one,
which is interesting. There's a lot of interesting ancient stuff. There's even dragons depicted on some of these vessels. Dragons don't exist in Peru. They don't exist in South America. So where is this motif coming from? Yeah. Crespi, huh? Here we go.
Yes. More crispy gold collection. More Olmec heads. Interesting.
God, I've never seen half of these. Interesting. Wow, what is that?
Right? Very Asiatic.
Could be Tibetan.
No, it's a North American.
I'm saying could
yeah,
be
right. Could be right? Exactly like it. How fascinating! Oh, this is Europe. My bad. That's hey, we got some more Olmec. And
so these are what
here.
2-3 meters wide, 2-3 meters tall.
And they were buried too, which it's like, how does that happen?
And they found what 50 of them now, something like this.
At least. Oh, it's also Europe. Look at how porous it is. Interesting.
Well, depending on the material it's made from, probably limestone.
Yeah.
Buried under the earth. It's gonna be eaten away in its most ludicrous porous spots, right? Yeah. Oh, what's that?
I am not sure. I don't think
Looks
it's a
like
gas.
Rongo or Indus Valley script.
Yeah.
Not sure.
Very unique. That could actually be a wooden Rongo. I think you're right. I think that's what that is actually, is Rongo.
It's
One of the
wooden. Oh, interesting. All right.
I think that's what that is. This is Asian or African. Oh, clearly Egyptian. There we go. Back to Peruvian.
Oh, very much so. Yeah. What's going on there? Go back one. Yeah. What's
Panther
going on?
jumping out. Big old ears. Blood tears.
Interesting. I didn't consider the tears, but
And, what's all of these pictures are, it will come to me what tribe and people they are, but
this is like it's very Japanese, like Okinawan. So this could be Zuni or Hopi.
no, it was on the East Coast, I believe.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Zuni and the Hopi have a very strong connection to Okinawa, which is interesting.
It's, what the heck is this thing? Gremlin in a freaking bottle? Like, this is an Alchemist homunculus right here. Or a genie? I don't know.
Okay, so you have, wait, hold on, go back. So you've got 6 shunts going off of it, plus the open bottle. Interesting.
And double vessel.
Yeah, 3 and 3, 6 shunts. Yeah.
Very interesting. Whatever the heck that thing is.
4 nodules at the top. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, 4 and 4. That's looking kind of Easter Islandy ish.
Don't know, but
this is definitely Ecuador or Peru or something. Almost Olmec.
Wow, holy hair. Love
right?
it.
Not sure where she's from.
She's receiving the messages.
Yeah, right? She got them psychic powers. So look, that looks like there was old runes in it that have like eroded or something. Strange.
Well, you gotta also ask what's this made out of? Because over time you're going to get boreholes from water damage or from
True.
wind, sand damage. Yeah.
Sure. Gertrude Three Fingers from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. That's it. Unless it could be Egyptian of sorts. No, the other way.
Oh, yeah, somewhere else. This could be European. Not sure about that one. Interesting. You got a black eye. You got messed up.
It's the adrenochrome. Anyway. They're showing it in the
bad day.
See, even we do this. Yeah, sad.
Not sure about that one. Oh, I think these ones were found in the Amazon, but I could be mistaken. Could have been Australia. I don't know. I don't know. Fascinating finds. Oh, she got taken. She was converted. This, I believe, is Ecuador. Or Guatemalan, maybe. This guy, I believe, is Ecuador. Gold statue.
Very Asian, yeah.
Interesting. Again with the big teeth. And this definitely Peru.
Again, an Asian motif. Yeah.
Very strange.
Hittite.
Gas sitting on his throne.
Yeah, the Hittites always wore those triangular headdress. Yeah.
But again, from Peru.
Yeah, correct. Weird.
Cross culture. What the heck is this thing? He did not have an ice cream cone. Like, that is not corn either.
No, it's
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but it's coming out of a box, so very strange. Very strange. Very strange mushroom man. Definitely was phallic. All right. What do we have here?
That's more modern, but
okay, could be a modern make. Here's an oldie jug again. All of them possessed eyes on here.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, no worries. Do you have keys? That's got it. I don't know. What is this little dude? Very, very strange. Oh my. So definitely in some Mayan or Aztec museum, probably Mexico. Is that a giant eagle head? I guess so. Fascinating. Whatever. Got bird or dragon or Quetzalcoatl maybe. Oh, that again. Aha. Where is this? Where is this? The pine cones? And the swords? New type of stars? I don't know where that is from. Literally be anywhere. Oh, that's newer Egyptian. This guy is actually gold. This is part of the Crespi collection. Stomach ripped out, and he's got this defeated lion head looking dude down there. And he's only got 4 toes. 4 toes. Oh, but 5 fingers. Strange.
What? Wow. Hold on.
This guy?
Yeah.
This is part of the Crespi collection. This is actually gold.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah.
Is that a relief or is it?
Yeah, it's just a black and white photo. It's an old photo of it. I've seen that newer one of it in gold, where it's actually the gold. Oh yeah, so depiction, eh? Like, what the heck sort of technology is this? It's like a freaking Star Wars bike or something. I don't know. What do you think?
Go down. Yeah, zoom out. It's a weird piece of technology. What's missing are the flames. There's actually flames coming out from the back.
Yeah, right there. Yeah. Good call.
But wow, what an amazing rendition. What is that?
For sure. Like, literally, what the heck could it be? What could it be other than technology? I guess some Sumerian stuff. Good old portals and winged flyers. Oh, here we go. Here we got a pyramid.
More from Peru, yeah.
Crazy how they have them painted. Every second one they're coming out. Oh, until you get to the top, then they're all carved. Fascinating. This some Mediterranean African language, I think. But kind of runic-ish too. I don't know. It's wild stuff.
Back to Peru. Yeah.
And it's like it's looking pretty like West Coast northern indigenous people too, with like the headdresses style a bit and the totem styles a bit. Like, what the actual heck? Like, what is this? And it's on top of one of these freaking limestone pyramid structures in the middle of the jungle.
Where is this?
Then, like, what? There's somewhere in Central America, I believe, like maybe Mexico or like Guatemala or Honduras or something, like where they're finding the pyramid cities. Like, you can see it's one of these limestone pyramid structures, and then what the heck is this on the top? Like,
does not compute. Yeah,
right? Like, does not compute whatsoever.
Unless they were using them for stellar alignments, which would make sense with the different windows and window sizes. But
what is it made out of, right? Like, is that leftover metal? Like, how is that rock? Like, it's got to be carved rock, I guess. But like,
oh yeah,
what?
But why?
How? Like, just like does not compute. Does not compute at all. Oh, here we got a monkey eating corn. Oh yeah, I guess there are monkeys in South America. Little ones. Who's she? Probably my great or your great grandma at this point, but
it's a Star Wars much.
Yeah, and it's the hair of like the whatever they were, the one that's found in off the coast of Spain or whatever, or there's something. It'll come to me, the name.
Bosque.
It could have been in the Bosque region, but the actual there's identical. There's both been coins that have been found in a couple like statues now of this like antediluvian princess or queen or something that had her hair just like that too. It will come to me. What do we have here? Why is there a clown? I don't know. Oh, look at this guy. Why does he have a little dude in his hand? Is that a little dude? I don't know. I am not sure. Very Asiatic looking, but definitely from Peru.
Jade.
Again.
Yeah, or actually Mesoamerica. So this could be Mayan or Olmec.
Yeah. Fascinating peoples. Oh, here's this one again. I guess another relief of it. Is that a drill? That's what this guy kind of making it look like, but it's not depicting what we're actually seeing. So who knows?
Well, if you're drilling through the cosmos,
yeah, fair. Like, what is this, dude? And
it's almost a lion mask of sorts. Very
much so.
Very feline. Interesting.
Not sure what that is. Oh, here's some more. These were, I guess, copper plates of the Crespi collection as well. Not a great photo of it, though. Sadly. Oh, what the heck do we have here?
That last one is from a church in Hungary.
Yes, I believe. But yeah, so here, clearly Olmec Mayan style, but looks almost Egyptian-ish. And the hieroglyphic language that was with the Mayans or Olmecs.
It almost looks like the Egyptian was carved in over the top of it.
Yeah, good call. Like, what's in the
So
center?
usurping of an older language. Yeah, interesting. But then it begs the question, when was that done?
Exactly. What do we have there? Strange. Very interesting. Snake. Fork tongue. Oh, that's somewhere in Europe, or the Middle East. But again,
it's in Turkey. It's the oldest. It's the oldest symbol of the double-headed falcon.
Like that's mind blowing. Is that
I actually talked about this in one of my lectures? So yeah.
Where in Turkey is this?
Not
Not
entirely
sure.
sure. Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a new entrance to my lecture. So,
All right, boom.
but that's the oldest symbol of the double-headed falcon
far.
or eagle. Yeah. That
And
we
showing it's
see in German, we see in Prussian,
we see in
see
Russian,
in the United States.
you see it as the literal flag of Tartaria in the old
It represents
what do you
East and
call it?
West and how both are united. So,
Okay.
but
Makes
that's
sense.
interesting that you showed that. That's one of the oldest symbols of it. Yep.
I believe this is like one of the back of a Moai, and maybe not, like from Easter Island, but could be wrong. Here we have one of the golden plates from the Crespi collection zoomed in on the floor, and sadly it's badly pixelated, but it's covering the different symbol languages. Wow. Thank you, Aaron. Ames Temple in Turkey is where that one was from. Interesting. Leaf there. Broken. No doubt. Piece of proto something. Fascinating. They're just so big, these Olmec heads. Oh, so the fake ones, I guess. I don't know how they did how one person could do so many.
Go
But
back to the other one that you were just on.
this guy,
That's from Peru. Yep.
definitely.
What's it showing?
Squirrel with a sack.
Fertility. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Squirrel sack. In one of the Mayan museums, I believe. A lot of skulls on her. Would not want to meet her in the jungle. No, thank you.
She's coming for your children.
No, don't curse my non-borns. Another Peruvian one, some sort of, is that spotted panther? I don't know.
Dragon motif, yeah.
Right? Could be. And makes the noise again when you put the liquid in. That I don't think is real. All right, this one is, who is Mr. Rectangle? Slit eye, slit mouth, whole dude. Not sure. Not sure who that guy be. Oh, again with these guys. I think these ones are rather small too. Big old heads. Oh, what? What is this guy? We have a big old mustache here? Mustache and beard? I don't know. Dragon heads? Interesting.
That's Mayan or something similar.
Yeah. This is this one, but looking very Asiatic. Oh, what do we have here?
Jade vases. Interesting.
Right? Very interesting. This is another one of the Crespi collection. This is also pure golds, just a black and white photo. This dude's creepy. These guys, they show up in a lot of the Crespi gold tablet connection pieces. It's very strange.
Go back to it. Sorry.
This guy. So there's this similar face, but then there's these dudes with like the antenna going up or whatever. They're like Schmeagol versus Teletubby, and boom, you get these weirdo things coming out. Because they got the antennas on the tops, and then antenna nose, and skinny like Schmeagol, and
Oh, I'm now seeing
I
them.
like Schmeagol. Okay, now you're seeing them, eh? Like, what the heck are they? Very strange guys. But they reappear in several of the gold tablets of the Crespi collection. This must be remake, or maybe that was dug out. Yeah,
No, that's legit.
Yeah, that's legit. I can see the aging down here. I believe this is at Chichen Itza. Another one of those jug things.
Very Olmec. Yep.
And very elongated scully looking too. With that indentation. I don't know. But definitely Olmecs. Looking like, right? Like, literally, there's thousands of these non-stop pyramid cities underneath the jungles that they're like.
They just discovered a bunch of new ones. So, yeah.
Right? Like, they just can't stop finding them. And it's like, what's underneath this up here? Probably the even bigger one that they don't want us to see or something, right? Like, I don't know. That might be a new one. Replica, probably. Interesting. Like, is this a glyph maybe? Like, or a pictogram or hieroglyph or symbol maybe of the Mayans or Olmecs, and just a giant one? Like, I'm not.
Kind of looks like it, but
Yeah, okay. I've seen very similar to this in a lot of like the writing or depiction things that it might have been. Not sure where that is.
Oh, you found some amazing pieces here.
What the heck is this, dude? Like, what the heck is that thing? And what, like, this guy, look at his face. He's fucking terrified of this thing. He's like trying to hide on the side of a cliff. Like, what the hell is this thing trying to eat him? And like, is it going all the way around? Is like that the back of it? I don't know.
Well, I showed in the last episode. There's one that looks like a four-armed creature performing surgery on somebody, and we have a direct depiction of this from the first season of Andor, where somebody is being performed surgery on by a four-armed creature that has bulbous eyes encapsulated in eyeglasses. And it's like, are you kidding me? This comes straight out of what we're looking at here. Egyptian artifacts. Yep. Or sorry, Peruvian artifacts.
Here's another one of these same things, and I think it's around the same size. And it's also potentially a Mayan hieroglyph. I'm gonna have to get some references to show what I'm talking about. Like, these are from the same tribe, these people.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what
they're all from the same tribe. Okay. Oh, here's that other piece that we were looking at earlier. There it is in the museum.
The top piece is very Asian. That's why.
Right. I know. I just can't stop looking at it. So much so. Like, what is this? Like,
The unsatisfied mother.
yeah. Hey. Interesting. And just massive. Massive heads from the ground. Oh, there we go. Here's Crispy. And so in this room, he's showing a lot of like what the locals made. And then it's like up higher are the actual metal tablet pieces. And here we go. Here's another one of the gold tablets from Crispy, the sun, and whatever this wicked thing is. And look at it. Do those go up and down? Like, do those move? I don't know. Strange.
That's all gold.
Yeah, all gold. Don't know what's going on there. Smoking the hookah down low. I hope so. What is this thing?
Fertility.
I guess so. Fertility. And a candy dads. All right. Also from Peru. Oh, here's some more gold guys from the Crespi collection. Very, very interesting creatures or something. People. This one is in Mexico, but there's a couple identical in, I believe, Crimea and somewhere else as well to this angle. That's an elongated head, dude, if I've ever seen a head for an elongated individual. I believe that's Indonesia. Maria. Back to Olmec, Peru, Aztec, Mayan. I'm not sure. Is that a human heart cutout? I don't know. Not sure. That's Europe. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. Yeah, that's a creepy dude right there. Man, oh, wow. Almost Egyptian-ish, but could just be a dead person's face sucking back or drying up. I don't know. Interesting. Dual snake face? I'm not sure. What are we looking at, Hans?
Good question. Wow, there's a lot going on there.
Completely symmetrical, it seems. Ish.
Yeah.
Ish. Symmetrical-ish. Oh, there's a dead one. Because didn't the Nazca or someone around that area, they like buried their mummies or something in a similar position like this, I think.
A lot of the mummies have ended up in the museums around there because the grave robbers can't sell them to tourists, as I was saying earlier.
Yeah, but like just like the position this guy is like depicted in, and like the seems like it's like dead, like somewhere on the coast around I believe Nazca or something, they found like a whole bunch of the mummies that were like in the big jars or something like that. Yeah, brackets. There we go. Yeah. Pretty similar. Oh, that's Egypt, but so fascinating.
So many similarities across multiple terrains. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They had no contact together whatsoever. No. Definitely did. Again, freaking giant teeth or something. This is a woman with the baby, maybe. Long hair. Don't care. She got giant fangs. Vampire mom. Oh, another part of one of the crispy gold pieces. Oh my kids. Now, is that Bluetooth and a microphone? I think that's Bluetooth as tooth. Is that as tooth right there? As tooth technology. Clearly a dragon. And then these are like some of their glyphs of the Mayan, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, again, one of the gold guys from the Crespi collection. Oh, it's a snake he's wrapped up in, and another snake. Oh, the snakes are all over him. He's getting killed from the snakes. He's a bearded guy from Ecuador. Whatever animal that is from Ecuador. Interesting. He's got his hair into a halo. Halo. Have you seen much of that depiction before, Hans?
Never seen that. Wow.
Never.
Wow. Interesting.
Right? That's a fascinating one. And then what is this dude? Got like scales or feathers covered in. Suit of feathers and a plume. And again, depicted with what looks like an elongated head a bit.
Mm.
Is that what the elongated skull folk look like? Was that covering up his elongated skull, maybe? Yeah, look at how big his head's going into there. Interesting. Oh. Maybe newer, maybe older. I'm not sure. Oh my kids. Again, this famous depiction thing. And again with the handbag, right? So we got this guy
And underneath the feathered serpent. Yeah.
flying around delivering that handbag. So right there you got cross culture freaking depiction.
Seeds, mushrooms, who knows what's in the handbag. Yeah.
Right? History, maybe technology. They're all from the same tribe. Oh, oh, here we go. Look at this guy. Like, very interesting depictions. Like, you know, we got to do this. Oh, here's a close up of that one now in a museum. Oh, that's Babylonian. Oh, that's a little phallic. What do we have here? That's That's interesting. What the heck are these guys? Something from South America, I guess.
Again, another one of these random sculptures. I found a lot of these in Peru in the Lima Museum. There's so many of these that are just like, but it's just depicting.
Right? And again, see the same freaking mushroom cane thing. It's weapon. Is that gold? Like, what the heck is it? I don't know. Another one of these dudes. Oh, look at that. Look at that head. Must be what they looked like. Again, bigger head potentially. This guy for sure elongated.
And he's sitting in the kazooie position.
Oh, good call, right? Interesting. And like, there's so many of these dudes. Who are they? What are they? Where are they from? Another one of these. The heck is that? Like a sea creature? I don't even know.
So these are all gourds that you find in Peru. That what do you put in them? What's the yeah.
And so like the collection that I got all these pictures from, they were stating that you put in the liquids and it makes the sound of whatever is being depicted in there, like literally every single one of them. So I got to find a video of those because it's wild. There's actually a couple of them that I've seen where they fill it and it's like one's a duck and it makes the duck sound, one's like the panther and it makes the panther sound, and oh, Easter Island. Oh, look, you dig down and you got giant megalithic block wall. Interesting, eh? How much is still buried there? And the scale of their headdresses, like that's got to be 4 or 5 feet at least, same height of how tall that dude was.
Yeah.
So yeah, so here's like one of the panther style ones. You move it around, and it like makes the call of the panther with liquid in it. I'm gonna have to find the video for you, Hans. There we go. So Lady something or other. This is the earlier when we were talking about that picture of the chick that looked like Star Wars Princess Leia. It's from this that she was depicting. The earliest cultures from, and there's like a whole bunch of coins that have also come up with the same depiction with the hair like that.
It's interesting that all the pieces around her are defaced.
Right. One, two, three, four. 4 layered. More gourd guys. Oh, that's European. Another one of these dudes again. Very strange. Dude. So here we go. Here's some straight up Mayan or Olmec pictograph hieroglyphic language. We just have no idea how to read it or what the heck any of it means, but that is clearly their actual language that's all over. Very cataclysm, probably. Whatever this gourd dude is. Like, got normal guys, and then you got what the heck is this thing? I don't know. Don't know where this is from either. That could be literally anywhere in the world. Olmec. Ooh. Again, them giant fangs.
Let's pull the plug, bro.
Yeah. Another picture of a golden tablet of Crespi collection, but just a small portion of it. Not sure where those are from. Ooh. Spirit coming out of this medicine man or woman? I don't know. Another Olmec head. Snake or cheetah. Panther, I guess. Another panther. Yeah, so it's like you put liquid in it, you slosh it around, and it makes the cat noises. It's crazy. I believe this is. Yo, Kitty? Oh.
No, I said I would love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yes, redacted reality. We definitely do need to make a water-powered car. Everybody needs to make water-powered cars, because if everyone does, they can't kill us all. Yes, they can't kill us all if we all do it. Hey, I found Waldo. Where's Waldo? He's on an ancient gourd, and he be brutally murdering people, but...
Or he's being brutally murdered.
Brutally murdered himself. Yeah. Waldo died.
There's Waldo. Where is Waldo? There's Waldo.
Are these scrolls? That's not corn, and that may be seashell, but I don't think so. Could be scrolls.
Looks like corn.
I'm not sure. Okay, you're saying corn? Maybe it is. Oh, it's too pixelated. Maybe it is corn. Shattered my dreams, Hans. So here it's showing like some of the metal ones, like that were found after his death. But here's black and white, and these were all gold. So it's like, I guess it was rumored or told that when Crespi died, the Vatican came in and shipped all the legitimate ones back to the Vatican. And
of course they did. Come on.
Of course they did. Who the F is this dude? And I forget where this artifact was found, but...
Stargate match?
Right? That's just creepy. Oh, here we got a corn gourd. I guess it makes the sound of corn. Monkey gourd. Ah, Lady de Elche. That's her name. The Lady de Elche was what this thing depicts of that statue. Oh, is that Olmec or is that dude from X-Men? Oh, is that an elongated skull as well? Potentially.
Interesting. I got a bus soon, bro.
Yes, me too. Oh my god, it's already 3:20 in the morning here, so 2:20 in the morning for you. Oh, I'm not sure about that. Was that a snow crop circle? Potentially. What the heck is this one? I think this is from Mesopotamia, not Mesoamerica, but I'm not sure. I know it is a legit artifact, though. It's freaking weird. We got a reptile dude riding some sort of rocket ship scooter thing. I don't know.
With binoculars.
Yeah, right? And like, a helmet and like, is that breathing apparatus for this dude? I don't know. It's very strange. More Sumerian style. Interesting. All right, we will shut her down for now, and let's call her a night. Thank you, as always, Hans. Amazing episode.
Pleasure, always.
Greatly
whatever I can share with the community is great. I'm not knowledgeable about fucking everything, but you know.
Hey, none of us are, and that's why we come together to discuss and share our strengths and our experiences, and it's always a pleasure, my friend. Before you go, any upcoming events and where people can...
So I'll be in Sedona 28th, 29th of June. So if you guys are in Sedona, please come down and check it out. I'll be talking about symbology across all of my lectures, so I'm kind of combining bits and pieces of all of them, which will be interesting. Otherwise, I'm speaking in Vegas September 14th or 12th through 14th, something like this, and then again in Big Bear in October 14th. So please come check it out.
Nice. Several. Pretty much one in a month. So I like it. I'm going to have to try to catch one for sure.
Yes, you need to come visit. Come on, man.
Right? It's overdue. So all you out there, if you can help make it happen, throw $1 or $2 there, here or there, anywhere. Hopefully it works. But regardless, I'm going to find a way to make it down. Love you, Hans. Thank you as always. And we will see you again on the next one.
Likewise, brother. Thank you so much. Cheers.
Ta-ta.
You crazy mother. Yeah.
It's just BurnEye.
Hey, Bernie, just like last week, huh?
Weekend at Bernie's.